Hello dear students, welcome to the botany online class. So today in this video we are going to study about the new topic, that is Thyla structure of Nostoc, Oscillatoria, Gliocapsa and Cytonema. Coming to the first topic, that is Thyla structure of Nostoc. This Nostoc coming under class Cyanophyceae, order Nostocalis, family Nostocaceae and genus Nostoc. This Nostoc, it is a diverse genus of cyanobacteria and it is a blue-green algae. It is colonial, means found in groups, and filamentous. Filamentous means here the cells are arranged to form a chain-like structure. So this Nostoc, it is a member of cyanobacteria and the cyanobacterial members are commonly called as blue-green algae, and it may be colonial, means found in groups. The cells may be found in groups, or filamentous means the cells are arranged to form a chain-like structure. It is found both in terrestrial, that means in land, and also in aquatic habitats, found in water also. They are found in gelatinous colonies, that means outside the thallus it contains a slimy layer and composed of, the colony of these nostoc are composed of many filaments, and this filament is called as the trichome, and each trichome is surrounded by a thin sheath. Is that clear? So the cyanobacterial members are always, they are externally covered by a mucilaginous substance or a gelatinous substance. Is that clear? And they may be found either in colonies or in filamentous structure. So if they are found in colonies, each colony is surrounded by gelatinous substance. Is that clear? And in the colony it contains many filaments, correct? And this filaments is called as the trichome. Okay, now coming to the Thallus structure, as I said before, Nostoc, it is a blue-green alga and it may be filamentous or colonial. The colony is composed of numerous filaments called trichome. So trichome, what is a trichome? Means trichome is nothing but it is the filament of blue-green alga. Each trichome, it is surrounded by a mucilaginous sheath or a gelatinous substance, and each filament, it is unbranched. It is uniseriate. Uniseriate means single layered, made up of a linear row of cells. Made up of a linear row of cells. So here the cells are oval in shape, and some cells at regular intervals are larger in size and thick walled, and such cells are called as heterocysts. Okay, heterocysts are nothing but in the trichome at regular intervals some cells are larger in size and thick walled and are called as the heterocyst. And this heterocyst may be terminal or intercalary in position. Terminal means they are present at the tip, or intercalary means they are held in between the cells. Okay. So this is the filament of Nostoc, a single filament. So in this filament you can observe the outermost mucilaginous sheath. So this is the outermost mucilaginous sheath or the gelatinous sheath, and here the trichome is chain like. That means here all the cells are arranged one above the other to form a chain like structure, and at regular intervals some cells are larger in size and are thick walled and are called as heterocysts. These are the heterocysts. So if the heterocyst is present at the tip, then it is called as terminal. If the heterocysts are held in between the cells like this, they are called as intercalary. Okay. Now, along with the heterocyst, the thallus of the nostoc also contains achainids. So achainids are nothing but these are the thick-walled cells present in the filament of the nostoc, and it stores plenty of reserve food materials. Am I clear? So these are about the Thyla structure of nostoc. We'll move on to the second group, that is Oscillatoria. So Oscillatoria is placed under class Cyanophyceae, order Nostocalis, family Oscillatoriaceae, and genus Oscillatoria. So like nostoc, this Oscillatoria is also a genus of filamentous cyanobacteria, which is named after the oscillation in its movement. Coming to the Thyla structure, the Oscillatoria, it is a blue-green algae. It's a member of cyanobacteria, and they live in fresh water, whereas nostoc, it is found both in terrestrial as well as in aquatic habitats, right? Whereas Oscillatoria is found in freshwater habitat, and they are free floating forms. They are not attached, they are free floating. Okay, and usually a few Oscillatoria filaments aggregate together, means they are grouped together, and occurs as a slightly gelatinous mass floating on the surface of water. The plant body is simple. It is unbranched filament, and the filament, like nostoc, here also in Oscillatoria, the filament is called as trichome, and this trichome is unbranched, and the plant body is haploid gametophyte, means here the dominant phase is gamete producing phase, and it is a prokaryotic member, and nostoc is also a prokaryotic member. It does not possess well defined nucleus, and like nostoc, here also each trichome of the Oscillatoria is surrounded by a mucilaginous sheath or gelatinous sheath, and it consists of a row of cells arranged one above the other. All the cells of the trichome are alike, means they are same, except the terminal cell, which is round or dome shaped. So in the filament of the Oscillatoria, all the cells are similar except the terminal cells, except the tip cell, because the tip cell is round or dome shaped. In some species, the terminal cell, it has a thickening at the apex, and this is called as the cap or calyptra. Okay, so in the filament, there are biconcave dead cells filled with the mucilage, and these dead cells are called as necridia or separation discs. Okay, so in the filament, at some places, it contains a biconcave dead cells, and these cells are filled with the mucilage, and these dead cells are called as necridia or separation discs. Am I clear? The small piece of the filament between the adjacent necridia is called as a hormogone or hormogonium. What do you mean by hormogonium? The small piece of the filament between the adjacent necridia. So, small piece between the adjacent necridia is called as hormogone. Is that clear? So in this picture you can observe the filament of Oscillatoria. Here you can observe the calyptra. Calyptra means in some species of Oscillatoria, the terminal cell, it forms a thickening. That thickening is called as cap or calyptra. Is that clear? And dead cells or the separation disc or necroidea means in the filament a biconcave structure is present. These are the biconcave structures. These structures are nothing but the dead cells which are filled with the mucilage and are called as the necroidea, okay, or the separation disc. Now, a filament of or a small piece of the filament between the necroidea is called as harmogonium. Okay, now this portion is called as harmogonium. Is that clear? So harmogonium is nothing but it is a small piece of the filament between the adjacent necroidea. These are called as harmogonium. Is that clear? So these are about the Thyla structure of Oscillatoria. So moving on to the third member, Gliocapsa. It is placed under class Cyanophyceae, order Crucocalis, family Crucocaceae, and genus Gliocapsa. The Thallus structure is like this. It is colonial and non-filamentous form of alga, whereas Nostoc and Oscillatoria, they are filamentous, but here Gliocapsa, it is non-filamentous. It may be unicellular or made up of small group cells grouped within concentric mucilage envelope. The color may be transparent, hyaline means colorless, or bright in color, and the individual colonies are usually spherical and they are microscopic and enclosed within larger masses of mucilage. Once again, I'll repeat. The Gliocapsa member, it may be unicellular or made up of small group cells grouped within the concentric mucilage envelope. That means the thallus may be unicellular or sometimes they form or they may be made up of small group of cells and these cells are grouped within a concentric mucilage envelope. And color of the member may be transparent or colorless or brighter in color, and the individual colonies are usually spherical and they are microscopic and always enclosed within larger masses of mucilage. So you can see here, so these are the cells of Gliocapsa. So either it may be unicellular, but sometimes small cells, few cells, they are grouped within a concentric ring of mucilaginous mass. Okay, so these are about the structure of Gliocapsa. Moving on to the last member, that is Cytonema. It is placed under class Cyanophyceae, order Nostocalis, family Cytonemataceae, and genus Cytonema. So Cytonema, it is a genus of photosynthetic cyanobacteria and most species are here aquatic in nature. The Thyla structure is like this. The plant body is unbranched and it is filamentous. The filaments are interwoven, means they are network-like and are embedded within the sheath, which may be hyaline or colored. Hyaline means colorless. Each filament shows distinct basal and apical regions. The filament often show false branching which originate laterally, and here intercalary heterocysts are present. Okay, so this is the filament of Cytonema, and the filament contains intercalary heterocyst. What do you mean by intercalary? Intercalary means if the heterocysts are held in between the cells, then it is called as intercalary. And one of the most important character feature of Cytonema is the presence of false branches. It shows false branching because the thallus is unbranched here. Is that clear? And all these are about the Thyla structure of cyanobacterial members. They are Cytonema, Gliocapsa, Oscillatoria and Nostoc. Hope you all understood the class. Thank you.